Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This week I'm bringing you episode 95 of my brand new comics haul series, getting closer and closer to that big 100th episode. But I got a pretty big haul this week. I'm going to show you guys every issue I picked up and tell you a little bit about every single issue in this video. As always, I've got one collection from Boom Studios that I'll show at the very end, a couple issues from Image, but we're going to start it off with Marvel Comics, my most anticipated issue of the week, which is a book that I don't think too many people are picking up right now. This is Avengers Forever number 13, but more importantly, it's Avengers Assemble Part 5, right? So this is a 10-part crossover that's happening between the pages of Avengers Forever and the main Avengers title. This one is kind of a companion to the main Avengers title. It's all done by Jason Aaron, who's written both of these Avengers titles fully, and he's done a lot of build-up through mainly his main Avengers run, but also this companion title for this big multiversal war that's happening in this big climactic end to his entire run in this 10-part event, right? I want to show some interior artwork right off the bat. This is some really climactic stuff. And although I don't think too many people are that big of fans of his writing on Avengers, I think this is definitely something you need to pick up. And I do recommend reading the last year's worth of Avengers titles between Avengers Forever and this new one, because it really is a lot of build-up. We've got Mephisto's Council of Red, different versions of him from across the multiverse. This artwork is amazing. Look at those colors. We've got Mephisto kind of as a main villain, and then this multiverse of heroes assembling, along with the main Avengers team, the prehistoric Avengers, and the Avenger Prime is this mysterious figure at this watchtower at Infinity's End that Mephisto is trying to get to. We don't know what his motives are yet, but I think we're supposed to get his identity revealed in this issue, if not the next one. So some pretty big stuff happening in here. It's like the biggest Avengers, or just story you could tell in general at Marvel, because it's involving the whole multiverse, super high stakes, and it's really, really good. Definitely something that's under a lot of people's radars. I highly recommend this. That's Avengers Assemble Part 5. But moving on this week, another Marvel title. Not too many huge releases from them this week. They didn't have too many new series or anything besides that Wasp #1. I decided not to pick that one up. But this next one is another issue of a regular ongoing, Hulk issue number 11. And although this might seem like a regular issue, it's got some significance to it because Ryan Ottley, who usually was the artist on this new Hulk run with Donny Cates writing, he's taking over as writer and artist for I think the next 4 issues of this series. They announced that Donny Cates is stepping off the title. He's got some big plan in the works or something. I have no idea what that's leading up to. He's also not writing Thor anymore. So very mysterious. I might want to make a dedicated video to that, what's going on with Donny Cates, right? Everyone wants to know at this point. But I'll be curious to see what Ryan Ottley can do writing and drawing this arc. I've never read anything written by him, but it looks like we've got a lot of text in this issue, so he might be going all in with his first writing gig. And the artwork is obviously amazing. We're in the middle of this Hulk planet story arc where Hulk was attracted to this planet that was created by a gamma explosion, if I'm remembering correctly, between that fight with him and Thor that happened a few issues ago. And it sped up time in this corner of the universe where this Hulk planet was created, where everyone is a gamma mutated being. So now he's participating in this sport card called God Ball. It says it on the cover, right? Are you ready for some God Ball? So awesome cover, good artwork. Looking forward to seeing how they wrap up this series. It's supposed to end with number 14 to finish off this arc with Ryan Ottley drawing and writing the rest of the series. And who knows what's next for Hulk after that? Pretty short-lived run though. Next issue from Marvel, though, this is another really good one, a new ongoing that they're putting out. Deadpool issue number 3. So everything I liked about Deadpool was in those first couple issues. It's not taking itself too seriously or anything. It's got a little bit of emotion to it. It's not just fully a joke comic or anything like that. But Alyssa Wong, the new writer, definitely knows how to write, Deadpool's banter with other characters and stuff. Right now he's on this kind of suicide mission trying to get to Dr. Octopus. He wants to join this club of elite assassins. They tasked him with going after Doc Ock, but now he's been planted with this Carnage hybrid that's growing inside of him because this villain called the Harrower intercepted him on the way and wants Carnage symbiote to control by herself, but she needs his body for it. So definitely some gross body horror in here, and yeah, really great series. Artwork in here is also amazing. You can tell. Really pops off the page. So Deadpool, great series so far. It's good for a Deadpool comic, right? So I'm liking this one so far also. Next one, though, from Marvel. This is another good title. I know I'm praising them a lot, but a lot of my favorite titles came out this week from Marvel. This next one, this is Punisher, issue number 9. We're far into this series at this point. I remember, if I'm remembering right, that in the initial announcement for the series, they said it was just going to be 13 issues, maybe 12 issues. So we might be kind of nearing the end game with this. This does seem to be kind of the end of the arc, though. We've got Punisher crushing Ares' helmet, right? With this new Punisher series, we've had Frank Castle's new status quo as the leader of the Hand. This ninja organization that's going against criminal organizations like the Apostles of War, which Ares, the god of war, has been leading. My favorite part of the series, though, are the flashbacks, which are done by a different artist here. They go back to the history of Frank Castle with his wife, with his kids, recovering from getting back from the army and everything, and kind of estranging himself from his family and stuff. It's just a really well done story. But then the present day stuff is pretty climactic also. I'll show one last page of artwork here. Kind of a realistic art style for the present day sequences. Each issue is also oversized, and we get extra war journal issues in between breaks of this run, since they're probably putting in a lot of work to come out with it every month in an oversized format. So Punisher, definitely one I recommend so far. I've heard some mixed reviews from other people though, but it's pretty good in my opinion. The last issue I have from Marvel, though, this one isn't actually set in the Marvel Universe, but this is Alien, issue number 5. Not sure how long they're going to end up going with this one. They just announced that the current Predator series ended with number 6, so it could be that Marvel's going to go the route that Dark Horse did when they had the Alien and Predator licensing rights. They might just end up doing little mini-series and then relaunching with different names and stuff, but so far we've only had titles called Alien and Predator, right? So this story arc has probably been one of my favorites that they've done for Alien so far. This is the second volume that Marvel has done. The first one was 12 issues, so this is kind of the third story arc that Marvel's put out since they got the Alien licensing. The artwork is definitely a lot better in this new run, in my opinion. It's still written by the same guy, Philip Kennedy Johnson. But it's about this team of, what do you call them? Androids, I guess? Synthetics, that's what they're called in the Alien universe. Fake humans who have been tasked to go to this planet where there's a xenomorph takeover. It turns out there's human survivors that they've been having interactions with. The humans ended up betraying them in the last issue. There's a little bit more going on. They're trying to find an alien egg specimen to bring back to Weyland-Yutani, who's hired them, right? So that they can cure some illness going on another planet. This should be the second to last issue of the arc, though. Who knows if they're going to relaunch after that, like I said, with the new number 1 like they're doing for Predator. And there's supposed to be a Predator-Alien crossover at some point, right? Alien versus Predator, like the movies. We'll see if that ever actually ends up happening, because Predator got delayed a bunch, so maybe their big plan for it got messed up. Who knows if that'll happen. But Alien number 5, pretty good series so far. Definitely not the best. Overall, in my opinion, Alien hasn't been that great from Marvel. I don't really think it's doing anything too creative. I don't know how it's held me this long, but I at least want to finish off this third arc. This next issue, though, this is the first one from Image Comics. I've got a couple from them this week. And both of these I picked up off the stands. I wasn't really sure whether I wanted to grab either of these or not. But it wasn't too big of a week for me, so I figured I might as well. And one of them cost $2 that we'll get to in a second, so why not, right? This first one, though, this is Art Brute. I think I said it wrong in the last video. Issue number 2, so really artistic cover, right? The idea here is that our main character, Arthur Brute, he is an art connoisseur, and he's able to solve these mysteries where art will suddenly go missing, or it'll change. The last issue centered around the Mona Lisa winking, but he also is detained in an insane asylum, right? So he's this kind of crazy guy that they have to bring onto the scene. He can go inside of artwork and deal with this art world inside of every painting or any piece of art. So really trippy stuff going on here, and we've got this detective character that's followed him inside the world. This is done by W. Maxwell Prince and Martine Morazzo, if I'm pronouncing their names right, who did the Ice Cream Man series. I've never read that, but I've heard it's really good. Definitely also a really trippy series. I guess that's what they're good for. Didn't like the first issue all that much. I do like the concept, though, so I figured I might as well give this 1 or 2 more issues. Because people say, right, you're supposed to give a series 3 issues before dropping it, before really knowing what the series is going to be about. Might just be a slow burn, who knows. That's Art Brute number 2. Next issue from Image, though, is the last one I got from them this week, a $2 comic. This is that experiment that Mark Miller and Juanan Ramirez are doing under Image, seeing if they can charge $2 for a comic and still selling it, right? The first issue I really wasn't that big of a fan of, and I wasn't planning on getting this one, but then I was it's literally $2. It's half the price of a comic, and I'm probably going to at least enjoy reading it no matter what, so I might as well try this out for a couple more issues and see what the deal is. It just seemed like kind of a basic premise to me for that first issue. I might have to reread it because I'm not remembering everything that happened. Even though it was just a month ago, you forget stuff sometimes, right? The artwork in here is looking pretty good, I'll say that much. But it just has to do with this teenager that got in a life-threatening accident, and then this vampire basically recruited him to a superhero team of vampires that he's building by turning him and saving his life. Now it looks like he's bringing his friends in on the action. It looks like on the cover there. So yeah, the main character has 2 best friends. I think they were originally wanting to be social media influencers or something kind of cheesy like that. And maybe now they actually will get to do that with their new super strength, new vampire powers, and all that. Like I said, not that great of a premise. It wasn't that good of a read, kind of cheesy, a little bit cringy, I would even go as far as to say. But I've never read that much stuff by Mark Miller, so I'll be curious to try this one out for a couple more issues, and I might drop it soon. But $2, you can't deny that price. The last collection that I have here, though, this is one that I got with my store credit, so I basically got it for free by buying other stuff. This is House of Slaughter Volume 2. So this is in the Something is Killing the Children universe. This is collecting issues 6 through 10 of the series. I got Volume 1 when it came out a while ago, and I've read like the first 15 issues of Something is Killing the Children, I think. I read it in the hardcover format, so I'm like waiting until the second hardcover comes out, which is probably going to be a really long time until they do that, right? But while I'm waiting for that, they've got this spin-off series, House of Slaughter. It has to do with the House of Slaughter, right? It's this group of these like masked people. I'm forgetting the name of like the school that they go to altogether. It's been a while since I've read anything set in this universe, but their jobs are to hunt down these monsters that only children can see, hence the name Something is Killing the Children, and stop them from killing children all around the world. The adults don't know anything is happening, but I guess James Tynion, who's like a co-writer on this, has really been fleshing out this world between the two titles, between Something is Killing the Children and House of Slaughter, and I heard really good things, especially about the second arc. It's not really connected to the first arc as far as I know, and it's like focusing around a new character who has a different color mask at the House of Slaughter. They've got like this whole social structure going on, right? So interesting series. I definitely like that first volume, although it's not as good as Something is Killing the Children. If you're into Something is Killing the Children, this is definitely worth picking up because it does flesh out the world a little bit more. That's about it for this week's new comics haul, though, guys. A pretty big haul for me this week. I've got a lot of stuff to look forward to. And honestly, like that Avengers Forever, Avengers crossover, Avengers Assemble, I know I keep talking about it, but seriously, I don't know if it's just me. I've heard some like bad reviews of it from other people, but that's like one of my strongest recommendations in a really, really long time, especially if you read like all the build up to it. It's just a really well done event. In general, just wanted to say that one more time. But yeah, good haul this week. Let me know what you guys picked up, though. I'm curious what you're looking forward to, what you already read, and what you like this week. Let me know all that down in the comment section below. We just hit 450 subscribers in the channel, so thank you guys for that. But let's get to that 500 subscriber milestone next. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, you can show a little bit more support by hitting that subscribe button down below. And I appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.